morning. Today we're going to do a food prep video. You've asked me for more meal preps and you're going to get more meal preps. So we're going to go do a little garden tour. I'm going to grab some food from the garden. So exciting. And then we're going to come in and prep the food for the week. It's going to be quick, easy, and fun. I just want to show you how well everything's doing. This is the most crowded bed and it's also the healthiest bed. These guys are all very happy plants. We got lots of tomatoes. Here's another one. Got another one back here. So, I mean, it's not lots of tomatoes, but it's enough to feed me. This is my beautiful Thai basil. Look, we got some little babies back here. I'm gonna grab a couple of the big ones. And we got some right here. Oh, they look so good. There's my basil in the middle. I've got some flowers interspersed with all my stuff because the bees love it. Yesterday I came out here and there were bees everywhere. Like they were everywhere. They love it. These are the ground cherries. There's nothing in here but ground cherries and flowers. And they're looking really healthy. There's just too many of them. I have to thin this out and move some of them. And I don't like moving plants because they may not like the soil in the other bed, but I think I'm gonna have to because there's just too many of them. I planted extra because I was worried they weren't going to pop up. And I figured I would just transplant some. So I probably need to move some of the little ones like these over there. But as far as I'm concerned, I can't have too many ground cherries. And see, I just intersperse my flowers in with the vegetables. These are edible. Aren't they beautiful? That's my favorite color right there. It's so pretty. But these are all ground cherries and flowers. That's all that's in here. This is all cucumbers. I put these tomato cages in here because they like to climb. There's so many and they have little tiny cucumbers on them. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love to watch the bees in action. They're so amazing. They're such cool creatures. This bed needs to be dealt with because it's really too hot for my lettuce and the sunflowers kind of took over. So I might clear out the lettuce and put a couple ground cherries in here. But see, there's the bees. They're really into the sunflowers. Look at this guy. I want more of these for fall. That just looks like fall to me. This Thai basil is not as healthy as the other one. They're the exact same plant, but there's something going on in the soil here. The other one's a lot happier. These are my carrots. I think I need to pull them up really soon. So we got lots of beautiful carrots. So over here, I've got a whole bunch of flowers and blackberries. The garden's really grown up. These are my beans that I planted for the sole purpose of having an easy crop. And I don't think they're doing very well. Maybe I overwatered them. I'm so new at gardening and there's just so many ways to do it wrong. Overwater, underwater, over-fertilize, under-fertilize. So I'm just trying to get it right. And it's gonna take some trial and error. So hopefully these guys will produce something. They look so healthy at first. The flowers are doing good. And this is this is a really overcrowded bed because I planted extra cantaloupes because of the experience I had last year. This is cantaloupes. There's probably about like 5 plants in here, which is way too many for this size of bed. And I knew that, but look, they're doing great. And they're gonna have that trellis to crawl up. We'll just see what happens. If I get a couple of cantaloupes, I'll be happy. This is a zinnia. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, so today we're doing the basics, which is always potatoes. I always prep my potatoes and sweet potatoes. That's a must for every single week. And then sometimes I change it up. This week, I usually make cashew cheese sauce, but I made all this ranch dressing. I'll show you how to make this another time. But there's always a sauce. Usually there's a cheese sauce and a dressing. So there's that. I'm doing sprouts again, so we just rinse these. There's not a lot of prep that goes into this. Do you know how to make these? They're so easy and cheap. You just get the seeds, you put them in here, soak them overnight, and then you rinse them twice a day after that, and you get these awesome tops, and then they can sit like this on a plate. I'll link everything below that I'm using, these containers as well. These are awesome, and those lids. The sprouts just add so much to my food. I put them in my smoothies. They're jam-packed with enzymes and nutrition. Really good thing to add to your diet. I swear I notice the difference when I'm eating sprouts. These peonies, I want these to be in the shot because I want to share them with you. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, I love them so much. They're lasting a really long time. I've had them over a week already. They're so pretty. One of my favorite flowers. Okay, so I've already made rice. This is jasmine rice. I'm on a teriyaki kick. Big teriyaki kick. Can't get enough teriyaki. When my friend was here, that was kind of our thing, is we used to go on camping trips together and we'd make teriyaki outside. It was so good. We ate like kings on our trips, on our camping trips. And so it's kind of a tradition with us to make teriyaki. I'll share that with you too. It's her dad's recipe, but I modified it to be a little bit healthier. It's the best teriyaki I've ever had. I've got some zucchinis to prep. I'm just gonna prep a little bit of a green and a yellow, because with the other ones, we are going to make a ratatouille with this. I'm not gonna make it in this video because I'm afraid it would be too long, but I'll make another video for you. Maybe tomorrow I'll do the ratatouille. For the teriyaki, I'm gonna prep out this tofu. We're gonna air fry this, and I always keep a container of tofu that's ready to go just to put on top of my stir fries or vegetable dishes. We're gonna wash these peas and then have them ready for the teriyaki and the cabbage. Do you guys know about these bags? These bags are called Debbie Meyer green bags. They make everything last a lot longer. I don't know how it works, but it's pretty cool. We're gonna just shred this up so it's ready to just open from the container and put right in the food. And this, I was at Costco I was hungry when I was shopping, and I bought way too much food. And I bought this gigantic thing of shiitakes, which obviously I can't eat all this stuff. So I read that you can freeze these. There's two schools of thought. One says you can freeze them uncooked, and one school of thought says you need to cook them first. So I don't know, maybe we'll do an experiment, do a little bit of each. Okay, so let's go. We got this is how I do my potatoes. Got my sweet potatoes. Sometimes if the potatoes are really big, I'll do 2 batches, but I think this is manageable. This container from an Instant Pot, this is absolute necessity if you have an Instant Pot and you're doing this. I cook my potatoes, and I cook a lot in the Instant Pot. If there's an appliance on my counter space, it is an essential appliance, and Instant Pot stays on the counter. So these things are necessary for the Instant Pot, in my opinion. So this is how I do my potatoes, and then I rinse them, because it's kind of a colander. I rinse them, there's no work involved in this, it's so simple. And then I always do yellow. If I don't have yellow, I use red. But yellow is my favorite, they're really creamy. Okay, so this is my potatoes. I'm gonna go put them in the Instant Pot and get that going. Okay, so here's my chopped tofu. The only thing I put on my tofu is this coconut aminos from Trader Joe's. This is my favorite coconut amino, but lots of you can still get other brands and use those too. It's a salty sweet thing going on that is just awesome. So we're gonna air fry this. I do it for 10-15 minutes, and then it comes out nice and crispy. Oh, I forgot to show you my tofu press. This tofu press, I really highly recommend if you're eating tofu to use these, because it gets the water out and then your tofu comes out a lot better. So we're just gonna wash up this whole thing of snap peas. I like to cut the ends off because they are stringy if you don't. And I don't like that when I'm eating them. So I cut the ends off, and that gets rid of that issue. So we're just cutting the ends off. So there's my peas. I put a little paper towel in there to absorb the water, and then I'll take it out later. This is complete. This is the tofu, isn't it pretty? So that's ready for our stir fries. And now we're gonna slice this up. Let's see. Okay, I like this in my stir fries and curries. It's so much easier when it's chopped up like this. A little bit of cabbage. Cabbage is cruciferous, so try to add cabbage in your diet because we're trying to eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables for that healing component, okay? I like to add cabbage in my stir fries and my curries. And the purple cabbage I like to add in my salads. So let's do some of that too. So the last thing is the shiitakes. I'm just debating whether or not I want to cook some and then freeze or just freeze. It's so much easier just to freeze them. I think I'm just gonna freeze them. We'll save some for this week's food prep. We'll cut some up for that. And then we're gonna freeze a bag. It's a really good idea to add some mushrooms to your diet. They have all kinds of benefits. I have plans to eat specific food today because it's a holiday and all I really want is teriyaki. I'm obsessed with the teriyaki right now. You want me to show you how to make the teriyaki sauce? Let's do that. I'm gonna freeze these. You don't need to see all that. I haven't figured out the measurements yet. This recipe will be in my cookbook for sure. I'm making a cookbook for you guys. There's a lot that goes into it if you're someone that doesn't measure your stuff. Seriously, it's crazy because I have to figure out from scratch everything. So this right here is, this is coconut sugar. And I just put, I don't know, a few spoonfuls of that. This is tamari. I use tamari because it's wheat-free. You can also use coconut aminos. Okay. And then I like to use a fresh garlic clove, but we don't have that, so we're just gonna use a little bit of powder. I don't know how much it's gonna change this. A little bit of just regular pepper. Ginger, minced ginger. I have this Ginger People ginger. It does have a little bit of sugar in it. I don't love that, but I have a ton of it to use. It's a great pantry item. I like mine really gingery. And then, if you want, you can add just a couple drops of sesame oil. It really gives it a lot of flavor. Just a couple drops. And that's it. It's really basic, really simple. Really, really delicious and kind of addictive. Yeah, the sesame oil, just a little bit goes a long way. And then you just, all right, that's definitely enough for one stir fry. Delicacy for me is cotton candy grapes. I rarely ever see these organic. And when I see them, I buy them. Like, I haven't had them for a couple years. So they really do taste like cotton candy. They're so good. So I want to freeze some so I can have treats. My dog just heard me say treat. Oh, it's so funny. I'm gonna take out the ones that are still on the stems. I can't stop eating them. Maybe I'll just freeze them in this bag. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna freeze them in this cute bag. Frozen grapes are a really refreshing treat. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 on the grapes. Part of my weekly prep is my vitamins. Let me know if you want to hear more about my supplements. I am really on the fence about supplements. There are about 3 of them that I take no matter what, because I know for sure they work, because when I don't take them, I can tell a huge difference. So those ones for sure, but I'm kind of on the fence about other stuff. So let me know if you want to see my supplements, but I get them all ready, so all I have to do is take them, and then I know if I forget, if I get busy, I won't forget. I'll see if I took them or not. I have weaned off all my medication for the autoimmune, taken no medication. which is awesome. And I still feel great. And inflammation's down, my numbers are down. It's awesome. Knock on wood. Let me know what you think of that. Okay, so here's my food prep for the week. I've got my little colander full of potatoes and sweet potatoes. I've got jasmine rice for my stir fries. I've got cabbage, zucchini and yellow squash, and my snap peas. I've got this bag of shiitake for the freezer. I've got this for the fridge, more shiitakes for my stir fries. I've got the tofu for my stir fries. And sometimes I just like to eat it just like that. I got my purple cabbage and my treat, which is the cotton candy grapes for the freezer. And I got some for the fridge. And then I did find my lid for my teriyaki sauce and I made more because I really just can't get enough teriyaki right now. So that is my food prep for the week. I'll see it. I'm going to make a ratatouille video for you probably tomorrow. So you can look forward to that. That's a really great summer dish that's super healthy. And that's about it for today. I adore you guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I will talk to you real soon. Happy healing.